So this message is for people that are sensitives, healers, light workers, mystics, anybody that resonates or identifies with that type of energy. And I want to specifically talk about why it's so difficult for people that are empaths or sensitive to energy. Why is it so difficult to break away from toxic environments or quote unquote toxic people, narcissist, karmic-y energy? And I say all of those labels lightly because I don't love labels, but since we have to identify here, let's just call it what it is, I guess, in order to identify with it. Because everything is used for a higher purpose and can be transmuted, and everything has a purpose, okay? But the first thing that we all need to understand is that even though I am God, you are God. Meaning that source energy, divine energy, is living itself out through your character. So my name's Missy, so God is living itself out through Missy, right? Obviously, we still have an ego, and an ego is made up of our memories, is connected to our nervous system, which equals our subconscious mind, and connect that to the body, which is storing all that. Now, I know some manifestation teachers, well, a lot of manifestation teachers, they don't get into underlying causes of things. Some of these teachers just teach at the surface, but there are so many layers and levels to this. And I don't feel like we talk about this enough, and this causes a lot of frustration and misunderstanding in the manifestation community. Because while we are all gods, we are still coexisting and co-creating. So there is duality and there is polarity in this world. Now, back to what the point of this all is. When you are involved, whether this is family, in a relationship, whether it's your boss, your coworkers, whatever it is, when you're involved with somebody that works on and from their lower chakras mostly, which means they're more planted in this world than they are to spirit. They're more into their ego. First thing you have to remember is that you attracted that. There's many reasons why you could have, and we don't even have the time to go into that in this video. But the reason why you are entangled in this situation, and it may be so difficult to release it, to get away from it, is not because of the obvious reasons, the obvious practical reasons, whether it be because of money or some kind of contract or agreement, but it's more so because of multiple factors. One being quantum entanglement, because whatever you're around, you do become entangled with that person. And let's talk about pain bodies for a second. Because oftentimes, whoever this person is that you are around and are having a hard time, or this environment that you're having a hard time getting away from, there's probably some kind of mirror or resemblance to somebody significant in the past, or many people parental figures, siblings, friends, however, that resonates for you. And that's probably stored in your memories and in your pain body. And so what you want to do in this type of situation is not try to force yourself out of the situation, unless it's a situation that is dangerous, immediately dangerous. Obviously, you want to get out immediately. But doing the inner work is really important, because you'll get out of it and you'll attract it again. And it'll be a cycle that goes over and over and over again, because it's not a physical issue. It's a subconscious issue. And the other thing that is very important to understand here is what weakens your will in this situation. There are multiple things that weaken your ability to be released from this. And I'm going to talk about that real quick. The first thing is confusion. Confusion, uncertainty, self-doubt, shame, and guilt. Those 5 things will keep you so stuck in this situation, and it'll keep you chasing your tail over and over and over again. Those are your weak spots. So you want to keep reaffirming who you are and where you're going. You want to have your vision, and you want to stick to that like glue. You want to do whatever it takes, whether that's meditation every day, your manifestation work, have some kind of community, whether that's online, in person. Do what you have to do so you can keep your vision strong in your mind, your emotions, and in your mood. Very, very, very important. Because your will needs to be stronger than your environment. Otherwise, your environment controls you. Or the people, the person, their energy will control you, because you're not connected into your vision and your plan. And because we are coexisting with other energies, the strongest energy, the one that controls the environment, is the one that is sure, not the one that's confused. And that's really important to understand. If you want to make any kind of change in this situation, you have to understand that your will has to be strong, in the sense that you stand on your decisions. Not necessarily by force, but the inner knowing and doing the inner work. As a matter of fact, any kind of force or insisting or pushing or pulling will actually backfire in this kind of situation. This is an inner work type of thing. First the spiritual, then the physical in this kind of situation. Because you are incredibly powerful when you use your inner strength. It's very much like the strength card in the tarot. Taming the lion, where the strength card is taming the devil, right? Because the devil is that energy. The devil is that energy that is very powerful, right? Like the devil in Christianity is the tempting, right? And the addictions and all the things that a lot of people fall for. And it usually tempts you in ways that look beautiful and pleasuring and all the things, right? The strength card is about being able to tame your ego, and that's what this is really about. Here's another thing that people don't understand, and I don't think we talk about enough in these type of situations. There's another way that energy controls you and weakens you. It's through your vibration, obviously, but it's also through addictions and different, like food and alcohol. So when you are at your lowest, it's easier for you to be controlled. So for some of you, that might be that when you eat heavy foods, heavy starchy foods, depending on how it affects you, it might be easy to control you. I mean, and I know that sounds crazy, but it might drop your frequency. Maybe not for everybody, but for some of you, it could be through foods. For some of you, it could be through alcohol, through drugs. You'll know how you feel when you do certain things, and how you feel when you do certain things, whether it lowers your frequency or raises your frequency. Become aware of that, because that is where this energy is really sneaky and will get in and literally will gain control. So it could feel like a lot of work to do the work around this type of, or when dealing with this kind of energy, with these kind of people, it could feel like a lot of work. But it has to be done nonetheless. And here's the thing, when you do the work with this could be like your greatest reward. It's all about how you perceive it. You could look at it like, oh my God, this is so much. I can't get out. I can't get away from this. I can't seem to move forward. You could look at it that way, and you could just keep spinning your wheels. You could be just kind of going into the perpetual dark night of the soul, where it just never ends, where you get out a little bit, you know what I mean? Or you make some headway and then you're just back in the hole. Or you can see this as the way to where you're going. Okay. You could use whatever this is for your evolution, because the work has to be done regardless, or you just keep attracting the same thing. And awareness is so important with this energy, because the energy is so tricky. Awareness is so important. Staying connected to your awareness, because sometimes it sneaks in there, and if you're not paying attention and if your guard's down, before you know it, you're back down again, and now you got to work your way back up. So staying connected to the divine is incredibly important, or just staying connected to your higher self. If this is something that you're dealing with and would like some support, I do offer one-on-ones. My website is down below, and talk to you soon.